Hello friends, it's Karla back today with Creative Scrapbooker magazine. Today we are going to make a beautiful foiled card using lots of amazing products from Therm O Web. You can see how that shimmers and shines in the light. So we've got the Poly-Glaze Sheets. These are white with a printed design that we can foil. Those are the delicate spring. We've got solid black toner card fronts. Toner sentiments, these are the lots of love. These beautiful foils that we're going to add to those toner sheets and Poly-Glaze. We've got Birch and Indigo Dreams. They are lovely and shiny, and we're going to use the carrier sheets to put our project in order to run it through the laminator. We also have some adhesives, shaker strips, Gina K, and we've got the XL tape runner. We've got some Pink and Main Touch of Gloss, and some OLFA Crafts cutting supplies. It's the grid mat, or the grid ruler, and the cutting knife, and we also have a grid mat here that opens up to a nice large size or folds for convenience. And then we're going to do some coloring with the beautiful colors in the Mildliners by Zebra Pen. And we are going to do some die cutting with these Unity Stamps dies. They have some nice borders as well as the stitched rectangle there. So we're going to start off by cutting our foil sheets to the size that we want them. I like placing them on this OLFA Crafts grid mat and then using the cutting knife to trim it to the size that I want, which would be the card front size that's going to fit on those printed toner and Poly-Glaze sheets. And so we can just simply cut that, set aside anything remaining so that we can keep that for another project. And here's that beautiful toner sentiments. There's a whole sheet of sentiments, so we're going to foil those. And the Poly-Glaze has that really nice white background, and we're going to be able to follow or foil that with the Birch foil. So we've got those set aside. We're going to turn on the laminator. I like using number 2 setting, and I grabbed the carrier sheets. You can get those in a larger size or smaller size. The smaller size fits perfectly to go through this size laminator. And as soon as the green light comes on and I know it's heated up, then I can run that through. And I don't know if it's necessary, but I always flip it over and just run it through again. And I seem to have good results, so I stick with that, but whatever works for you. Now you can see the reveal of that gorgeous Birch foil on that Poly-Glaze sheet. That's the delicate spring. And now we can go ahead and foil our toner sentiments. So wherever you saw black before on the sentiment, you're going to see the foil. And the reveal is just the best part. You see that gorgeous blue Indigo Dream foil. So we have our Poly-Glaze foiled background here. And there was so many really pretty flowers that I felt like I wanted to color them. A lot of times you'll see me doing watercoloring with Zebra Pen Mildliners, but because this is not watercolor paper, I decided just to color them in. So the Mildliners have a chisel tip on one end and a bullet nib on the other, and I'm just using the bullet nib to color these in because they're just a really small area that we need to color in. And this is just a nice activity to sit and do and relax and do some coloring. We're not doing any crazy blending or anything like that. We are just coloring. I just picked out some nice spring colors, and I knew that I wanted those blue, that Indigo Dreams sentiment. So these are colors that I felt like would go with that. Other than that, I really didn't have to match it up with anything. And I grabbed some greens for the leaves and and some beautiful colors. I do bring a few more colors here in, but I just sat and colored and really enjoyed myself. So I'll let you have a look while I finish coloring this. I've finished coloring my project, and when I pick it up here in the light, you can really see how it shines and shimmers, and then the mild liners look so lovely and soft in the background. I have a Gina K die here I'm going to cut the pieces with, and it's one of her master layouts there. I think it's number 11. So I've gone ahead and cut out the panel, and I've cut out the background. I have the tape runner XL that is going to adhere those pieces onto, it's almost like a stamp, postage stamp background that it cuts out with the white paper. And that white paper is Creative Scrapbooker Super Stock, which I love to use on my cards and as my card base because it's so nice and sturdy. So I connected all those on top. Here's the Creative Scrapbooker Super Stock that I'm cutting to my card base size. I've got my Sizzix trimmer here, which I'm really liking. It has a scoreboard attached, so I can just cut my paper to an A2 size and then go ahead and score it and fold it. And that bone folder was just attached there. So I'm just going to crease that, and then I have a nice sturdy card base. I have the Unity Stamps dies. They are the scalloped and stitched nesting die set. They have lots of great sizes, and I cut out the sentiment that I wanted to add to the card. It has a really nice stitching detail on it. I also have the solid black toner card front, and I'm going to create my own custom foiled background. So I can use the same color foil as I use for the sentiments. And again, I'm just trimming that down so that it is going to fit on that panel. And the whole card panel is black, so everything that is black is going to have foil on it. So we're just making our own foil paper. And again, just running that through the laminator, and then we can flip that over, run it through again, which is probably unnecessary, but it works for me. So here you can see all of that foil transferred onto the black solid toner card front. And I've got that cut down to fit on the card base, again using the Tape Runner XL, and adhering all those layers to the card base. I have the Gina K shaker strips by Therm O Web. It's a really great adhesive in a really thin, nice line there. You can add that to the sentiment, and I'm adhering that to the card. And then some of those little dots that are on the background, I'm just using the Pink and Main Touch of Gloss to add a little bit of clear dimension and glossiness. So that's a look at the card that we made today. Thank you so much for taking your time and stopping by. I hope you'll check out some of these products and have a very crafty day.